Welcome back, comic fans. Today, we are diving into a psychological torture that pushes Barbara Gordon to her absolute limits. In this issue, she's caught between the past and the nightmare situation of her present. Barbara's mind is failing her. Let's break down exactly what happens in this intense story. We start our story in the past on the rooftop of Hannah and Hela Memorial Hospital, an abandoned facility slated for demolition. The team consists of Cass, Nightwing, Batgirl, and the Huntress, and they're all actively tracking the Joker. As Nightwing says, that's how we'll get access to the fourth floor. Batgirl then confirms that the tracking signal they're following is still hot and reminds everyone, we've been over this a million times. We find out who moved the package, we find out who's working with the Joker. Huntress yells out, so let's do this already. The plan set, Huntress and Cassandra waste no time. Huntress leaps off yelling, last one off the roof buys dinner, but while the others dive headfirst, Nightwing stops and looks at Batgirl, teasing her about her meticulous data gathering. As they prepare to make their move, Batgirl is stopped in her tracks by a nagging feeling in the back of her mind. She thinks, I'm missing something. Nightwing tries to reassure her, grinding her by saying, you're not. You've done your research. But Barbara can't shake it. It's not the tactical plan that's bothering her. It's the history. She admits, I never found out who Hannah and Hela was. Nightwing then shrugs it off and says, trust your gut. But Barbara's gut is telling her that something about this entire setup doesn't line up perfectly. As she thinks, I'm trying. All of a sudden, we hear an alarm going off. We cut to present day at 6 a.m. The ringing morphs into the harsh blare of a prison alarm as a guard yells, roll call, get up! We see the bandaged Barbara waking up in a cold sweat. Her cellmate Sparrow saying, you need to get up, you need today. Did you sleep? Barbara, staring blankly at the medication handed to her, responds, I can't tell. Sparrow warns her the guards will cook both our asses if you're not up in 5 seconds, prompting Barbara to swallow the pills and mutter, I'm up, I'm up. During the prison roll call, the inmates recite their numbers. Barbara stares ahead, numbly repeating hers. Deep down, her tactical mind as Oracle is still trying to fight its way through the fog. She talks to herself, trying to dissect her environment. Come on, Oracle. What do you see? You study the blueprints. She begins cataloging the sheer scale of the prison. 28 floors, holding 500 cells, 287 men, 165 women, separated in a courtyard by an electrical fence. Everything matches the blueprints. The surveillance, the security, it's all perfectly accounted for, but something bothers her. The facility feels entirely underwhelming, except for the fact that somehow someone was able to sneak up on her and avoid security and surveillance and almost kill her. As we hear an inmate die, yelling out, hey you! Suddenly, her reality begins to tear at the seams. Di steps into Barbara's path, aggressively mocking her. You ready for round 2, Gordon? As she clutches her bandaged head in agony, Di is walking toward her with the Grim Reaper right behind her. The severe head trauma and the heavy prison medication catch up to her all at once. Di yells out, look at me, Barbara! As Barbara narrates, aside from knocking me out, these pills are doing nothing to stop whatever this pain is. Come on, don't pass out. A terrifying hallucination of the Grim Reaper manifests right in front of her, towering over her as she tries not to pass out. Barbara collapses on the cold floor, her consciousness fading away entirely as voices desperately call her name. We hear a haunting echo from her past, a radio through the darkness. Batgirl to team, over. Again, cut to the past as the Bat family is looking for the Joker in the package. The team stays in constant radio contact as they fan out to cover as much ground as possible. Batgirl's eyes widen and she realizes something is horribly wrong. Cutting through the comms with absolute authority, she barks out, everyone stop! Batgirl is deep in thought, staring down a deeply unsettling gothic painting of a mysterious woman. Hannah and Hela, she says. Suddenly, Dick Grayson chimes over the comms as he says, this is Nightwing, Batgirl, what's going on? The flashback shatters, and we cut back to the prison yard. Barbara Gordon is slowly getting up off the floor as Sparrow rushes over to check on her. As she asks, you okay? It's Sparrow, Barbara. I'm fine. Do you need more pills? No, I'm okay. Sparrow reminds Barbara that she's the only one looking out for her in this hellhole as Barbara says, I am sorry. I'm sorry. Sparrow helps her up, and Barbara mutters, Hannah? Sparrow asks, what are you saying? But Barbara fixates on the strange circle etched on the green prison wall. Her internal thoughts show us how detached from reality she's becoming as she says, I'm staring at it and I don't know what I'm looking at. Before she can even process it, a prison guard screams in the background, okay, everyone, line up! As Barbara looks up she starts seeing the Grim Reaper again, manifesting. She starts losing control, clutching her bandaged head as her psyche fractures. What am I missing? I'm seeing things. My head. The hallucinations becoming overwhelming, causing her to scream out in pure agony. Sparrow tries to grab her, trying to pull her back to reality, promising to get her help. But Barbara is completely consumed by panic as she screams, get away! Stop! It's coming! I have to run! She bolts across the yard, screaming for everyone to flee. A demonic clawed hand erupts from the darkness, gripping her arm as the voice echoes, Barbara, I'm here to help you. I know who you are. Batgirl. Barbara falls backwards, flying straight into the prison's perimeter chain link fence, as Barbara gets shocked by the electric fence and screams in pain. At the same time, we flash back again to the past as we hear Nightwing's voice saying, Batgirl, are you there? As Barbara realizes the puzzle, that's the name she's been chasing in an anagram, and they've walked directly into a slaughterhouse and screams over the comms, run! Start to run! As she starts running for her life, we see the bomb started going off as we hear the disembodied laugh ringing through the air. Joker's ha 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 ha. As the building erupts into a fiery explosion, the Bat family leaps narrowly escaping the blast. We're back at the prison yard. Barbara is lying on the floor, smoking and semi-conscious. An inmate stands over her and says, there was no Hannah in Hela. Who is Hannah in Hela? As Barbara, barely clinging to consciousness, whispers, who are you? As the camera slowly zooms onto the blank circle on the wall, revealing it isn't a mystical symbol, but a standard prison wall speaker. A sinister voice crackles through the intercom, leaving us with a massive cliffhanger. I'm here to help, it says. The mystery unravels as now we're in a dark tech-filled control room. We get a lingering internal thoughts from Barbara as she says, there was no Hannah. Would I have seen it if I looked harder? It was just a name on a plaque, a detail I missed until I knew what I was looking at. We see a close-up of the high-tech camera blinking and the feeding video footage directly to an array of monitors. Sitting right in front of those glowing green screens is a silhouetted figure. As the camera pulls back to reveal the true horror of Barbara's situation, every single monitor has been broadcasting live surveillance footage of the prison yard, tracking Barbara's every move. And this ends this issue. Who is this shadowy figure watching Barbara's every move? Who do you think is pulling the strings in the control room? Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.